I'm a detective, and here is why. A first visit to your new chiropractic clinic or a chiropractic doctor can be absolutely daunting, but I'm here to take you through what the physical examination at the first appointment, or more specifically at Balanced for Life, looks like. Let's start with why the physical exam is important. When solving a puzzle, you have to examine all the clues. When it comes to the body, the clues lie not just how somebody feels, but in how they move, how the muscles feel, how the nerves fire, how much the joint moves, and then putting all those clues together with the history to paint the clinical picture, which results in a diagnosis and prognosis. Think of this. We're like musculoskeletal detectives. The physical examination is a portion of the appointment where we make you do a bunch of things, and we use a variety of methods to determine the problems that require chiropractic treatment. These include the postural analysis, which is a big overall clue as to which areas have more or less stress and load, and which muscles are switched on and how much asymmetry there may be. We then palpate the joints and muscles, which is when you feel the structures and how well they move. We look at the range of motion, which is testing how far a joint or a movement occurs. Muscle tone and muscle strength tests are important to see which structures are colluding with one another. Neurological tests to see what nerve pathways are affected. And last but not least, orthopedic tests, which are tests that you perform to eliminate and include some of the tissues and joints. It's a process of elimination, really. Of course, there are certain demographics where a more specific approach is required. For example, in athletes with a shoulder, knee, or an ankle injury, we perform functional tests and again the orthopedic test to determine the correct diagnosis, as well as to actually figure out what happened prior to the injury that perpetuated that injury, which allows us to future-proof the injury, not just to treat the problem. In children, we check developmental milestones and movements, such as crawling, walking, balance, and also retained primitive reflexes. In our pregnant mothers, we check the pelvic structures, ligaments, and spinal stability so that they can go on and have the best birth possible. Once we have all the information from your physical examination, we go away and put together all that information to present to you the diagnosis, the prognosis, and we are going to tell you at your second appointment exactly what is going on and what steps we will need to take together to get you on the journey towards moving better. Now, this process takes just that little bit longer, but we do this at Balanced for Life because we know that moving better matters.